Like the news broke that World of Warcraft has lost 600,000 subscribers in the last couple months. That's a lot. Considering that I think that their peak they were 10 million subscribers, and I think they were about 5 or 7 million. It's pretty close to 10 or 15% just uh, in the last couple months. That's a lot. The problem is that, let me tell you something about World of Warcraft. World of Warcraft is what they call an MMO. It's a massively multiplayer online MMO game, which means you buy the game in the store, and then you pay a subscription fee, and everything you interact with is live. For instance, if you go up to somebody, that's another person on their computer screen somewhere else, and it has millions of people running around. It's the closest thing, if you've ever seen the movie Avatar, and they call these toons avatars. It's the closest thing to that you can possibly get. You basically play a character in a game in an interactive world. Everything's interactive, so it's like you're just walking around. It's like a computer version of you doing things. And naturally, it involves adventure and dungeons and things like that. And it's quite spectacular. I've played it. I haven't played it in a while. And the reason I haven't played it in a while is probably the same reason 600,000 have dropped off in the last few months, is that the games are changing. When I first started playing MMO, well, before I go into that, there's two kinds of MMOs. There's subscription-based MMOs, World of Warcraft, and then there's free-to-play MMOs, which means they can't get $15 a month or $10 a month to play the game, so they give it away for free, and they make their money by selling in-game items. In other words, you want the sword of uber power, that's $10, or whatnot. Or you want a really cool hat for your character, that's $5. Kind of like Farmville games. Anyway, so World of Warcraft is still on the older model, pay per month, and then you get an unlimited amount of whatever you can loot. But it's gotten really easy, ridiculously so. I left the game, I guess, about a year ago, and I would sit at the computer screen. Now, I used to play this game, and it was difficult. When you walked across, like, what appeared to be an African savanna, which is in the game called the Barrens. It is actually. It looks realistic. It was hard. There were lions and stuff, and your gear was, problematic getting, and it took you a long time to accomplish anything. You really had to work at it. If you wanted really good gear, you had to do difficult missions, instances, dungeons, group up with people. Nowadays, not so much. You can do a lot more solo, but you go through the content really quick, because instead of before where you had your character, let's say, in town, and to do a quest you had to go out across the prairie and then hunt down these lions, and then I'm simplifying it, of course, and then recover the gear and bring it back to the quest giver, and then you got exchange for gold. Now it's just like, here's the quest. You go about 10 feet outside the city. The monsters practically fall down. You breathe on them, they fall over. There's nothing difficult about it. And the loot, the reward, is ridiculously powerful for the level you've achieved. So it's easy. The world's a lot smaller. It's easier to get around. The vehicles to get around in are a lot faster. Everybody goes, oh, well, it's easier, it's fun, it's more fun. Yeah, except there's one problem. When you make the game that easy, what happens is you just blow through the content. A game that would normally take you maybe months to achieve the high level, maybe more. Some people, if you were a casual player, would take you 6 or 8 months. You achieve it now in a couple weeks, which kind of sucks. Everyone says that's great, but what happens is you blow through the content so fast, you get bored with it. It's just not interesting. I mean, when something isn't challenging, to me, it's not interesting. I don't want to do it. It's just stupid. And I get insulted. But that's the way the mentality is now, because all the kids wanted that. The entitlement gender. They just wanted to slap down a visa and go, I'll get that tattoo. Or use their money to show how powerful they were. I got this Super Griffin mount that I bought off of WorldOfWarcraft.com. I got this and I got that because I spent money, and if you didn't spend money, then you're a loser. That's what the game's become. So nobody wants to play. Or those that do want to play get bored with it too quick. Everybody loads in, does something together, and then goes play something else. Because that's the way it is now. And then they replaced a lot of the content, a lot of the storyline-based arc, with just simple daily missions. You do this once a day. And you can, once you do a certain amount of daily missions, you're done. You can't do anything else. So what do? Everyone just logs in for a couple hours. There's no camaraderie. There's no territorial player versus player combat, which means you have nothing worth winning and nothing worth defending and nothing worth fighting for. So what do? You play the game, accomplish your goals, and log off. When I played the earliest MMOs, I played games where I built a guild where everyone worked as a team. You had a common goal, and there was a grand strategic scheme to what you were doing. We want to build the most powerful base in the game and defend it every Monday night, something like that. You did things on a grand scale, strategic scale. There's no strategic game anymore in WoW. You just log in for the loot, and it's all about the loot. All about the loot. Because the loot all binds to your character. You can't trade it. You can't sell it. And the only way you can get loot is in these instances where you're in a situation where you're locked out of the rest of the world. So everybody just instance up and go home. Stupid. It's not worth my time. Because what you do with the loot in that game, WoW, is you just get more loot. I got a purple item, which is the highest level item. What do I use this for? To get another purple item. The MMOs I played when younger, 8 years ago, where you got this purple loot so that you could use it in your guild or trade it to your guild so that you could build something of value and last and then defend it. You got to defend against other players. There's been a big trend toward less PvP, player versus player combat. And why? Because kids didn't like losing. And in player versus player combat, you come up against somebody who's organized and has a grand strategic game, you just get mowed down. At least that was my experience. You had the guilds that had a long. So the result is that they're quitting. And it's because of the entitlement generation. They all want everything now. They want it over quick. They want the best stuff right away. They just want to buy it. They don't want to earn it. Isn't that equivalent to what's going on in society? Really? I mean, think about it. Kids today, they go to school. Well, do you remember the girl that testified in the Zimmerman trial? She couldn't even write, and she says she's got a 3.0 GPA. Really? It's like, obviously you didn't earn it, because if you did, you'd know how to write or read, probably. They didn't discuss that, but I would bet she has trouble reading. Everything's the entitlements. Everybody gets an award. Everybody gets an award just for competing. I saw a film of some kids who had just won a track meet or whatever, and they were handing out medals to everybody. Now, the winner got a gold medal, but all the kids got medals. Everybody got a medal. You got to have some losers so that children can deal with losing and learn what it is to be a winner, so you can strive toward that. An award is no good if you didn't earn it. If everybody gets one, you just throw it in the pile. When you win an award and you had something that nobody else had, you said, I did this. I achieved something. That's lost in today's society. And that's reflected in video games today. Get them over quick. Make them easy. Even these Facebook games that I occasionally go on to kill some time while I'm thinking, I play them. They're easy. Once you figure out the strategy, I got bored with it quick. It's just nobody wants to earn anything anymore. Everybody wants cheap, easy way, fast. Now winning is considered who can do the best kind of cheat. There's whole websites devoted to all the cheats you can do. Cheating's not winning, folks. Kids, if you're listening, cheating isn't winning. Cheating is losing because you didn't accomplish anything. Victory is hollow unless it's earned. Otherwise, just go to a trophy shop and buy yourself the trophy if that's all you. It's not the trophy. It's the struggle to get the trophy. That's the real victory. All right, we're going to take a little